Hi you guys! So today's video is dedicated to the 1990s. I don't know, maybe that's a song from the 90s in my head. Anyway, I got the 90s hair, you know, the layers going everywhere with the big old bangs. How many of you did this in the 90s? I know I did. So, not only is this dedicated to the 90s, but it is also dedicated to the review of the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette. I've never seen the movie, don't really care to see the movie, maybe that's bad. I don't really watch a lot of movies, but this palette, I can tell you, is definitely worth a look. That was catchy, wasn't it? Right off the bat, it is smaller. I believe this retails for $34. I believe that's what I paid for it. Ordered this puppy, got it in the mail, and was like, wow, hello, favorite neutral palette of all time. I know a lot of you probably think that this is not worth it if you have too many neutrals or whatever, but let me tell you something. I have created so many just gorgeous go-to everyday looks with this small palette, and today's tutorial is all about how to get the, you know, the 90s makeup, which is really kind of like airbrushed brown, kind of ombre, lengthened eyes with that smudged black liner, and then of course I got the brown lip, but I'm getting totally off track. I promise you guys, you need this in your collection. No matter how many neutral palettes you have, I have 1,000,001 neutral palettes, and now I have 1,000,002, and this is at the top of my list, go to reach for now in my collection. Okay, so this is that cardboard packaging. It's got a quote from the movie. You've got your little magnetized deal here where it says Urban Decay, and then you open it and you've got 5 eyeshadows, a mirror that I actually use because I'm kind of like in the middle of, I ordered a mirror that I kind of don't like, and then I'm waiting on my mom to mail my original mirror. So you'll see me use this in this tutorial, and it is actually a really good mirror. So I really like that about it. So let's talk a little more about the shadows. You get 2 mattes and 3 satins. So we have Righteous, which is a matte, Tyranny, which is a matte. What is this one? Vengeance, which is a satin, and then what does that say? Good grief, why can't I read? Furious and Anger, which are satins. So they really kind of come off matte on the eyes, but I just have to say these shadows are just heavenly. They are the bomb. If we want to really get 90s, they're the bomb, okay? So they blend amazingly, and for some reason, you know, Urban Decay shadows are great. They're highly pigmented, all this stuff, but then you just have so much dang fallout that you don't necessarily want to reach for some of it. This palette is totally different. There's like little to no fallout, just manageable, normal amount of fallout that's not going to prevent you from reaching for this sucker. You also get a little brush, which I actually use and actually really like. You get a dense side right here that's like it applies the eyeshadow very opaquely, and then you get this little flat kind of, you know, side that you can kind of pack on the color. So I'm going to swatch with this brush because it's actually usable, and I actually use it. I actually like it. I already said that. Let's get down to the swatches. So Righteous is the matte cream shade, which is gorgeous for here we go, which is gorgeous for all over the lid up to the brow bone to kind of cancel out any redness. Do you guys see how pigmented that is? It literally covers up the veins in my hands, which is great. It goes great with my Eden primer right over that, the Urban Decay Eden primer, which is my favorite eyeshadow primer of all time, but you guys know that. And then here is Tyranny. I mean, you really just have to think your brush is in there, and bam, you have got pigment. Look at that. Tyranny is so gorgeous and so 90s, and you get that really nice kind of brown haze that a lot of the supermodels had back in the day. This is the color to get you in that direction. Isn't that gorgeous? Alright, here's Vengeance, which is that satin dark brown. Look at that. And I just barely, boop, right in there. Isn't that beautiful? It's a cool toned, kind of grayish brown, which today I use on the outer V and underneath my eyes. Alright, here is Furious, which is that white satin, which is great with this brush. I didn't do this today, but to pack it on the lid after you're finished, just to kind of like brighten that area up, that's gorgeous to do that with, and it's also a great brow bone and inner corner highlight. There's Anger. So there's the satin black color. Tell me, you guys, the way these shadows swatch, how buttery they look, and just look how beautifully they blend. They're not chalky, they don't fall all over your face. I really, really love this palette. Great job, Urban Decay. I am not like the biggest Urban Decay fan. I buy their stuff because I do really like it, but they're not my favorite beauty brand. This is definitely like upping the game, like Urban Decay. If you're gonna start making palettes like this with these eyeshadows, they're just as blendable, just as creamy as your regular shadows without the fallout. I'm all over it. Let's do this, Urban Decay. Let's make more palettes like this. They need to make a naked palette that's like all mattes. Like all mattes, maybe a couple satins if they feel like throwing some in. But they need to, and this is great. So yeah, that's my short little review on the Pulp Fiction palette. Definitely highly suggest to pick it up. It's in Sephora right now. I ordered it as soon as the VIB Rouges could order it. It's so dangerous getting first access because it's like, oh, I gotta get it now. That's a dangerous club to be in, y'all. But I really love this. Really worth every single penny. 34 bucks. You get 5 great eyeshadows that you're gonna use every dang day because that's what I've been doing. So anyway, enough blabber. I'll keep on watching if you would like to see how to get the supermodel eye right now in 2014. So I'm starting out with the shade Righteous, and I'm going to apply that all over my lids up into my brow bones for this base shade. And then I'm going to take Tyranny on a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to apply this in my crease and blend it out. And also kind of take it over the lid. And also, if you use a blending brush, you're going to get that hazy look instead of using a crease brush that just kind of packs the color on. So we're really just going to blend this out all over, really nice to get that hazy effect. Now I'm going to take Tyranny again on the brush that came with the palette, and I'm going to apply this underneath my lower lashes and blend that out as well. Now taking Vengeance on a crease brush, I'm going to apply this to the outer third of my eye, and I'm going to start taking the shadow and start creating that rounded outer corner shape because we are wanting to fake like we have a lot of lid space and get that rounded, large eye look that the supermodels had in the 90s. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm also going to take Vengeance and I'm going to apply it a little bit further than my lid. I'm going to blend it now, blend it all over my lid and up into my crease to really get those shades blended and hazy. Look at that. Now taking NARS Rue Bonaparte, I'm going to apply that to my water lines to keep with the 90s open eye look. Now taking Kaylin Line Fix Gel Liner, I'm going to apply this to my upper lash line, and I'm just going to take it all the way into the inner corner and stop once I reach the end of my upper lash line. Now taking Anger on a pencil brush, I'm going to goodness gracious, I'm going to smudge the heck out of this, but by dipping it into that color, you keep the depth. Now taking Vengeance again, but I forgot to mention, I do use this Aqua Eyes in 25L Makeup Forever first, and then I smudge it with Vengeance. Totally forgot to show that part. Now taking Anger again, I'm going to apply this to my outer third, and I'm going to use it in like a flicking motion instead of just going full on with the color because I'm wanting a really, really smooth blended transition. So by flicking the brush, you're getting more of an airbrushed finish rather than just immediately applying the color to get a transition. Now taking my blending brush into Tyranny, I'm going to blend my crease and the rest of the shades with this color. This really warms the look back up and keeps with that hazy supermodel look, keeping it true, you know. Now I'm taking my Ardell 110s, I'm going to apply those, and then take Righteous and apply that as my brow bone highlight. Love it, love it, love it as a brow bone highlight. Then I'm going to lighten it up even more by taking Furious and just tapping it on a little bit. See how it just kind of brightens it up, but it's not so stark if you just went in with it. And then I'm going to blend that out with the other side of this brush. Now, of course, we got to blend, blend, blend again. Now taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, I'm going to use the shade Fawn, I believe that's the color, and I'm going to really sculpt those cheekbones because they loved contouring in the 90s. Now taking Chanel's Cheeky on a stippling brush, about to lose it, I'm going to heavily apply this blush. It's the perfect 90s blush because it's that kind of warm brick brown shade, and that was hot back then. Now the lips, most important. I'm going to take MAC Stone and I'm going to fill in my lips with it and also line it, but also connect my little Cupid's bow, because back in the 90s, that rounded top lip was really in. So to fake that, just connect your Cupid's bow like I'm doing, and then kind of pat it with your ring finger to really blend that out. Now I'm taking MAC's, what is this? Spirit. Thank you to my friend Jessica for suggesting this lipstick. It's my all-time favorite right now. So it's perfect for this 90s look. I mean, look at this. You can't get better than this. And now we're finished with the look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this 90s tutorial. Try out the 90s look with the new Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette. Absolutely love it. Can't get better than this, y'all. Thank you so much for watching.